5-year-old Subaru have a realistic chance of victory. What about Eamon Boland? Could this be his second tarmac win? But the king is back in an S9 Subaru.
Andrew, welcome back. Nice to be back in the car.
Yes, it's nice to be back out again, coming out of retirement for 1 or 2 events, so looking forward to it. I'd say I'll be a little bit rusty for today and possibly tomorrow, but no doubt we'll lift the pace over the weekend.
James O'Brien is back in the hot seat and Austin McHale in the right-hand seat. And that was a hot combination in Galway. Eugene Donnelly may be ahead in the tarmac points, but his Toyota is behind in technology. And Andrew may be considered the king, but not on the circuit in recent years, as Derek McGarty is going for his Easter treble, and he's back in his Subaru on Pirelli tyres.
There was a very good deal on offer by ProDrive and Pirelli to use the car in this rally, so we took it.
A one-rally offer?
We'll see how this works. You know, we still have the Skoda and we still would be sort of committed to making the Skoda work, but I just feel at this stage that the Skoda's not capable of winning this rally.
A nervous Derek will be the first driver to start this 180-mile route over some of the roughest, toughest tests experienced in recent circuit history. Starting with 7 stages on day 1, which include 2 runs over St Angelo airfield. Derek is first to take off on the airstrip, which includes that famous jump. With co-driver Dermot O'Gorman, they're adapting back to Subaru power. But the most elevated spectators know that it's on the rail stages that the rally will be won. Derek gets off to a flying start, fastest on stage 1 and second overall after stage 3. Eugene Donnelly and Paul Kiley want to be in the car in front, and the Corolla crew are driving with their usual vigour.
Flat left, flat 2 left, 130. Flat 1 left over crest, don't cut, and flat crest, 80.
These narrow, tricky stages are just waiting to catch you out.
Slide right over crest jumps. Stay middle, 4 right.
Eugene is third, just 4 seconds behind Derek. Austin McHale and Brian Murphy have taken a more cautious approach to these opening stages. The Dubliner is not in good health, and they're 7th after 3 tests. For Andrew Nesbitt, it's an entirely different approach. The new ADL Subaru starts off with 2nd fastest around St Angelo airfield, which is treacherous in places.
Find it very muddy, very muddy. What happened there 24 times very badly. 24 times very badly. Watch it, watch it.
On stage 2 near Derry Gongley, however, the Nesbitt-O'Brien combination is on full song.
24 times through the dip, watch it. And then stop, left 11 on jump 26, keep her way down. Andrew, mind it, come back. Stop middle right 5 on jump 26, watch it, come back, keep her down. Left 5, left 16, right 16. Left 12 times over crest 24. Be 12 times over crest 24, stop.
By stage 3, he has an 8-second lead, but it hasn't been without incident on lanes that require inch-perfect judgment.
Hairpin left 26 times, the hairpin left 26 times.
He clipped a wheel on that bridge and is lucky not to lose any time.
Right, ready to change the wheel.
Eamon Boland, in contrast, has been quick without any major drama, lying an impressive 4th in what is to become one of his best showings in recent times. Peter Herson had a great showing in Galway, but the show's slow to start here as his Subaru splutters through the St Angelo test. The Warren Point driver, with Glenn Patterson on the notes, claws back to 6th after 3 tests. Another driver to make a hesitant start is Tim McNulty, who gets these hairpins perfect, but stalls at another one on stage 2, dropping him to 9th. Kevin Lynch had been many people's outside bet for the top spot this weekend, despite a last-minute engine swap before the rally. He's 5th, 30 seconds off the lead after 3 stages. But Morris Gass's chances of a win are about to end on stage 3, as this smoke signifies the end of his engine. For young Welshman Gareth Jones, it's a spectacular start. And finish. 5th after stage 2, but off the road for good in stage 3. Sean Devine is a relatively new convert to an S9 Subaru, and he works his way into 9th by the end of the day. The Meteor Electrical Circuit of Ireland may be a no-show for the Skoda, but the action is all go.
Going into 8th position is Peter Harrison at the end of the leg. That's one place behind Austin McHale, who's having some electrical trouble in the Focus. But despite this, he still impresses our production World Rally champion, Niall McShay, as the rally literally passes the Derry Gonley man's doorstep.
This is Austin McHale, currently 3rd on the road here. I think he's currently about 4th, braking very hard. Austin's just changed his car to right-hand drive. Currently seems to be driving more and more comfortable with the car all the time.
Another driver becoming more comfortable is Tim McNulty, who has put the hammer down in the afternoon to move up to 6th, just 12 seconds behind Kevin Lynch and Gordon Noble. The KPL crew will end the day 55 seconds off the lead, but they are really starting to make tracks. Eamon Boland and Francis Regan have been on the right track all day on a trouble-free run in the NVD S9 Impreza. Eugene Donnelly and Paul Kiley seem to be missing a little of their customary sparkle, and the overshoot on stage 4, captured by Gordon Dunn, does not help their cause. Still at the end of Easter Saturday, they are just 40 seconds behind the leaders, and with 2 days to go, that is nothing to be unduly worried about in the Kingspan team.
Long 4 right, tightens. 60. Tight 3 right over bump, 100.
Derek McGarty is only 24 seconds down on the leaders, and as always, he is in a car that has already been sold to a customer, so with a price tag of over 300,000 on one of these little beauties, there has to be a restraining factor.
Middle cross 3.
But the king is definitely back.
And remember, the bad one. Stop, lose hairpin, left 26. Right 26, left 26. You won't see, here they are. Right 26, left 26, watch it. Square left 20. Or jump 26 down, hell.
It's been 6 months since he last sat in a rally car, and the Armagh Ace has dominated the first day, posting fastest time on 5 of the 6 stages. Reasons for the ADL team to be happy and the rest to be worried.
I haven't been at this game for 7 or 8 months, so
Life in the old dog yet?
well, we're happy to be where we are.
Keep it that way.
Only 7 of the 23 stages have been completed, and you could be forgiven for assuming it's already a 3-horse race, but that would be grossly unfair to the others, as less than a minute and a half separates the top 8 cars. Join us in part 2 for day 2, when the lights go green again on the Meteor Electrical Circuit of Ireland.
From the thrills of Formula One to world rallying, don't miss Autosport.
The Snappers are up early for day 2 of the Easter Classic, which takes us east of Enniskillen to the Fermanagh-Cavan border. And the day's menu includes a loop of 3 tricky stages in the Clonus area, with central service in the town. Andrew has had a good breakfast, and he's in cracking form as he heads down the Altnaponer stage.
26 here. Heaven left 26 tightens to the bridge. Heaven right 26 tightens over crest. And the sharp right 20 tightens to Marsh here on left 24. Repeat, sharp right 20 tightens to Marsh here on left 24 before crest around Bales. Watch it. 24 around Bales.
But nothing is ever certain in rallying. And these seemingly insignificant bales inserted to reduce the average speed of the stage are about to have a significant impact on this rally. They can prove to be a real problem for a wide WRC car.
Believe it. Okay. Okay, all right.
Andrew has got it terribly wrong, but claims the bales were not as shown in the road book. It's almost incredible to think that a WRC car could have negotiated such a tight obstacle. But here's Derek McGarity. Derek's neat execution of the chicane will prove to be highly significant, and the immediate effect is that the Matcon car is now leading the rally by 9 seconds. Andrew's not the only top runner who's confused by this artificial corner, as Eugene Donnelly demonstrates. And the Macarad driver is lucky not to be penalised.
Small flat crest, 100.
But right out of luck on this test is Pater Herson, who crashes out heavily. Meanwhile, Nesbitt is experiencing more drama. Despite this other distraction, Andrew's on maximum attack, and he makes full amends for his chicanery.
The chicane with the bales in the straight part of the road, we thought it was square, but it actually turned into a hairpin, and had to reverse back, and then hit the bale and had to reverse back, I think, 3 times. It was far too tight for a World Rally car. But I think we dropped over 30 seconds there, but I think we've got it back again.
Derek McGarity, who was 9 seconds in front, is now 6.5 seconds back 3 stages later.
Plan for the afternoon?
Have to get in front of Mr. Nesbitt.
The horns are sounding for Eugene as he negotiates these slippery tests, taking fastest time on stage 11 to leave him 18 seconds behind Derek. But what about his chicanery?
Well, in the road book when we done the recce, it said 1 bale. You just scooted around it. That's what I done. I thought there was 1 bale there, and I think I clattered 1 or 2 of them. But I mean, it's difficult for everybody to just, when they're not set up when you're doing a recce. So I mean, I know that that was a big problem for Andrew. So it wasn't a major problem for us.
Acquitting himself well amongst this company is Sean Devine, who maintains 7th spot in spite of a hair-raising spin. Austin McHale is another to complain about that controversial chicane, but it was only one of a list of troubles which included a small fire and anti-lag system troubles. It's been a hairy ride in the Sanyo car. The 2004 Cork 20 sensation Tim McNulty is up a gear in the S10 Subaru and has moved ahead of Kevin Lynch's S9. It's not been the happiest event for the reigning Northern Ireland and Southern Forestry champion. He and Gordon Noble in the KPL Impreza haven't shown their usual form. Their frustration is beginning to show, and KPL will not go first today. In fact, they're about to go off and out. This hasn't affected Eamon Boland, as he's always been ahead of the Lynch and McNulty Subarus. The quiet man from Wexford is quietly accumulating tarmac points in a competitive 4th spot.
Eugene's now on the attack and gets fastest time on stage 12. And he is soon back up into 2nd place, ending the day just 10.5 seconds behind the rally leader. Next we climb back into the kamikaze seat with Andrew.
Right, very early, Mirage Junction, here, right 26. That wheel. Okay, Mirage Junction, here, right 26. We're halfway through. We're over halfway.
But it's not flat out this time as he gets a rear puncture on stage 12 and he drops another 30 seconds. How much can James O'Brien take?
Right 24, Marty Heaven, left 24.
Derek McGarity is now back in the lead and Andrew is in third with one stage and 1 day to go. They're head-to-head at St Angelo and that's where the mind games begin. Andrew gets his revenge at St Angelo, but he's still 17 seconds down with 7 stages to go, and you can never discount Donnelly.
One mistake by any of us is going to make the difference, so, I'll do my best not to make that mistake.
Well, let's see, there's 2 other competitors here, and they want to win, and they're very eager to win, so I think the name of the game is trying to stay on the road.
We're pushing from behind and the guys are in front, so I'd say they're going to have an interesting battle and we're going to watch what's going to happen.
Everybody is up early on day 3 for the long trek up to Cookstown, where the final drama of this epic meteor-electrical Circuit of Ireland will be enacted. And stand back, because Nesbitt's on a charge. World Junior Championship driver Chris Meek has turned out to watch this world-class confrontation. Stage 17, and Derek McGarity loses 3 seconds to Nesbitt. But on stage 18, he claws one back. He's impressively holding the Armagh ace. Eugene Donnelly, in contrast, is dropping buckets of time, although it doesn't look like it here.
Next right, Titans 40. Tight 4 right, don't cut 80. Turn here.
It's frustrating for the Kingspan team, and by stage 19 he's dropped to third, 12 seconds behind Andrew Nesbitt, and now 30 seconds off the lead.
Flat right over crest. Watch the side. 60. 5 left. 5 left here. The crest.
This is undoubtedly the danger man. The time is running out.
Keep her down. Stop Heaven, just left 24, don't cut. Right, stop Heaven, just left 24, don't cut. Mind your braking.
Andrew is clearly giving it everything, but the cracks are beginning to show.
Way before the crest, way before the crest, way before
And
the
this
crest.
will cost him even more time. It's the countdown to a grand finale, with Paddy White and Graham Stewart in 9th place. Sean Devine and James McKee should be well pleased with 6th in such a prestigious event. It's not been a happy weekend for Austin McHale and Brian Murphy, but 5th place keeps them 2nd in the championship. Tim McNulty and Eugene O'Donnell continually moved up the leaderboard to 4th in the Pierce Subaru. Eamon Boland and Francis Regan get their Impreza to the podium and well into the air at St Angelo. And something had to give for the terrific trio at the head of this memorable Easter Classic. That something was the transmission in Eugene Donnelly's well-used Corolla. It's a major problem that can't be fixed.
Major problem, Charlie. I know we're watching it.
So now it's a Subaru shootout between Nesbitt and McGarity. And history is repeating itself as Andrew tries to chase down Derek on the circuit. Take the tranquilizers and enjoy.
Right 12 on jump 24, square right 20. It's square right 20, watch it! Stop now, jump to left 24, up here before wire, watch it! Square right 24, hands back over jump 24. Wide road long left 50, tight double jump 24. Watch it. Left side square right 22, hands back down, double jump 24. Hands back in, double jump 24. Middle jump 20.
It's the grand finale that any rally organiser would dream of. Derek's 19-second advantage has evaporated to 4.6, and it's a straight head-to-head in St Angelo, the theatre of dreams for the two rally leaders. Andrew can't realistically take back the gap, but he can pressurise Derek into a mistake. And to stay cool under this pressure has to be mental torture for the Belfast champion. Derek successfully slithers through the slurry, and Andrew pushes the risk envelope to bursting point. It's all or nothing, then suddenly it turns to nothing. Derek is in the clear. The record books will show that Derek and Dermot had an 18-second advantage, but as we all well know, that's only half the story, and Derek now tops the points in the championship as well. Andrew's not on top this time, but boy did he try.
I think it's been a tremendous rally all weekend, and in fairness to Eugene Donnelly, he was putting up a great race. Unfortunately, he broke down, as you know, and that's the way rallying is.
So Derek goes into the record books as the only Irish driver to achieve a hat-trick on the circuit. And look at the names he joins on the hat-trick list: Roger Clark and Jimmy McRae.
Derek, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Brilliant.
That was a phenomenal finish.
It was, huh? Any more of those? We don't want to do too many more of them.
Derek McGarity, the Meteor Electrical Circuit of Ireland winner, and next he goes to Killarney.